a big concern for the budget committee and myself, and I'm sure many of my colleagues, was the lateness of this bill. And I know, we're operating under tough times, but the public has only got a chance to look at this bill for a few hours. We kept checking to see if it was posted, and we got it at 8 o'clock this morning, 109 pages. And we, all know how important transparency is, but to be voting on $8 billion bill when we have known since May that this was coming up and that it had to be done. And it's my understanding that it's been sitting on the governor's desk for a couple of days. So it's just very difficult for us to make a decision. And as I've said in the past, I think there was different efforts we could have made along cost cuttings, and also, and I agree with Chris from NJBA on the importance of getting businesses open. Then of course the caveat is always there, safely, and you can comment on things without being callous. I mean, the COVID-19, we know how horrible and how horrific it is, but we can do two things at the same time. And just because you're for opening businesses and hoping people survive, and well over 1 million people unemployed, doesn't mean you don't have the feelings for the COVID, and we have to get, this impacted our revenue. So we're just disappointed in the time period and the transparency of getting this out. And like I said, literally maybe 3-4 hours for the public to take a look at it when we knew this was coming for some period of time. And then, as Chris said, there was no new taxes, but I mean, maybe someone has the answer for it, but it's a shame that there is tax. The first items that are wiped out is the senior freeze and the homestead rebate, which helps the most vulnerable in our society, and that is going to be just like a tax increase to them. And I was going to ask either you, Chairwoman, or the Vice Chair on the reasoning behind taking out the $400 million in the tax savings for New Jersey residents at a time when there's never been probably more, maybe since the Great Depression, struggling to get by. And that's the only question that I have. Why were they cut out when I think there was other things that could have been moved around and saved our homestead rebate, and especially our senior freeze? So if either one of you could answer that, that'd be great. And then I know a couple of my colleagues had 1 or 2 questions, and I appreciate time.